And hello everyone, and welcome to my next Let's Play, which is Civilization IV. I mean, there was much buzz recently about Civilization VII being announced, so I figured I'd do a video series on one of probably my favorite Civilization game. It was the first one I really got into. I played the very first one but I played it on the Super Nintendo. And I didn't get super into it, but when I bought my first computer in I don't know, 05-ish, something like that. So I bought myself one, and I bought this because it had come out the year prior, and some of my friends at work had it, and we would play online, and it was really cool. Had a lot of fun. So this is the first one I dove deep into. So we're going to play it. That being said, much like how I love StarCraft, I am not very good at the game, terribly, but I am going to go custom game so we can set up some options here. First and foremost, see, Noble on this in Civ 4 is like Prince in the later ones, where you don't get any bonuses or negatives, but neither does the AI. I think the AI gets a couple bonuses on Prince. I don't think I really get any debuffs or anything on Prince. Maybe I get a little bit of civic upkeep, something or other difference. I don't know. It's on the wiki somewhere. But I think we're going to give it a shot on Prince. The highest I've ever beaten it on, legit, is Monarch. So I think Prince is a good happy medium. We could still lose. That's totally in play. But I'm hoping to win. Obviously, I don't ever plan to lose. That's not exactly a great plan, right? So we're going to play Pangaea. It makes it just a lot simpler. You don't have... I'm so mad at myself for how much I say So, furthermore, other words like that I will use instead. But we're going to... Continents you can get where one civilization just dominates the whole continent, which typically is what I would like to do on them. But then it can get out of whack and everything. I like it to be a little bit more fair, I guess, even though they're getting a little bit of a bonus when I play on Prince. Small, so we have 4 other leaders, a total of 5 civilizations. Ancient area, medium, all this is just basically standard, except for this normal. I'm tempted to go normal. I'm also tempted to play epic. Let's just go normal on this playthrough. We can do epic in a future one if we want to. But for right now, we'll just go normal speed. Hopefully I don't get my butt kicked. I mean, the more turns you get, ideally that's better for the player. I don't like vassal states. Tribal villages I love, but I also don't like randomness and RNG again. So, and then therefore I have no random events. A lot of times I'll turn off no tech brokering, which you can see right there. It just means that you can't trade techs that you haven't researched. So choose religions. I sometimes let people choose their religions. I don't think I will this time. We'll just let them go in the historical, chronological order. Makes more sense, at least for the Abrahamic religions. All of these are just the same, just standard, leaving them off. All right. Well, I think we are just going to go random. Oh, I hope we get a good leader. Launch. Also, there's beautiful music in this game, which I have to mute because it's all copyright stuff. All right. Hammurabi. This is not one of my favorite leaders. Aggressive, organized. Starts with the wheel, and agriculture isn't the worst, but the sun rises on the year 4000 BC. Since time immemorial, the Babylonian people have lived a nomadic life. After years of wandering, they are ready to settle down and found your first city. Willard, I guess is my name in this. Your people have vested in absolute power in you, trusting that you can build a civilization to stand the test of time. Continue. Well, let's see here. Let's zoom out a little bit. We start with rice in our first area. Pretty good. We're by a river. That's also rice that's with fresh water. Gosh. Well, I guess that best move is probably to... This looks like coast to me, and it might just continue to be coast right there. But I can know by hopping... Wait, is this a hill? Yeah. Maybe I want to reveal this way? Because this looks like coast. Let's find out for sure. It is. Okay. What we got here? I also am running the bug mod, which just gives me some more niceties, essentially. It's better unaltered gameplay, I do believe is what it stands for. And we're just going to settle right here. Absolutely. Babylon is perfect. I can always rename the cities if you guys want me to change the cities to whatever you want to call them. Just leave it in the comments. I think it makes sense to just go with a warrior first. Or maybe we just put some turns into a barracks. And then once we grow, I'll make a worker. Then we'll pump that out and then finish the barracks, and then we'll go into a warrior. I think on Prince, we're safe enough to do that. That way, all of our military... This is probably not a great move on higher difficulty levels. But I think we might be able to be safe for this. So let's see the big picture here. So this is the tech tree in Civ 4. And you can see it goes for quite a bit. And there's no... If you're playing from like future Civs, there's not like a separate culture tree or whatever. There's just this one tech tree. So either way, we start with the ability to make chariots and build roads, and we can build farms. Other than that, we have the basic stuff. We don't really need fishing. We're not coastal just yet, so we can ignore that. Pottery, the fact that we've got part of pottery, we could just skip fishing. If we researched fishing, it would make pottery faster to research. But as is, it's just 8 turns. So overall, it would take longer to research that 4 turns, and then probably make this like, 6 turns? I don't know. So I think that's definitely one option. The other option is to getting to bronze working as fast as possible. Again, I don't believe that if you are a culture that doesn't start with mysticism, I don't think you should go for a religion. Especially on the higher difficulties. Just let them spread it to you. But if you start with mysticism, it makes sense to go to one of these and grab a religion. As the first person to research it gets to discover and found Buddhism. Yeah, first to discover founds Buddhism. First to discover founds Hinduism. So you kind of got either polytheism or meditation. And then they lead into some other stuff. Like this, it's good stuff, because then you can go into the Oracle here. And that's a free tech, which is glorious. But I think I am going to start with pottery, since it's only 8 turns. We have one of the requisite techs. Now our warrior is going to... I don't know. I think we're going to move north, so let's go north. On the other side of these mountains. And again, if you're from future civs, yes, we are on square tiles rather than hexes. And we can have more than one unit on them as well. Fancy squares. And these diagonal moves don't cost extra points. There's just one move, whichever way. You have 8 directions you can head. So... Borders of Babylon are about to expand. See, this is part of like bug, where to make sure I remember this, that my culture's expanding. Speaking of which, what am I working? 3 food rice. That's probably the best tile we got right now. The only thing, yeah. We get to this cow. Prefer it be plains for the extra production. But other than that, that should be a good tile as well. But I think we're working what we should be. We're going to move over here and hit this hill, and then probably start swooping back down to see what's going on closer to us. So let's go ahead and hop on this hill. So the borders have expanded. Justinian. There shall be peace in our time. Farewell. We're going to need to get mysticism too, because that allows us to build our... Ooh. That's you right there. You're real close. So yeah, let's definitely move south after this, right? And see what we can get over in here. There's gems right here. And then more, what is that? Sugar? So we got sugar. I wonder if there's sea resources over here. But we've got some decent stuff around us, that's for sure. We need to get into settler mode at some point, but I'd like to get a worker out so I can start working. Since we have agriculture, I have stuff to improve right away. And then I'll get the ability to build, grow to size 2 next turn. That's tells me that, so I know that. Let's see, can I do anything to change? So now, growing next turn, do I need 3 food? What if I did 2 food on it? Is it still next turn? I think growth is there. I don't have like a 1 and 2 there. Do I still get the growth in next turn? What if I click out here? Now it doesn't say it, but will it grow next turn? Yeah, Babylon, 1 turn. So now we can work that for 1 turn, right? Take that turn. Okay, before that, it's very important that I switch what we're working. Okay, so we want to be working that, and then we would like to be working probably another 3 food and 1 commerce tile, I guess is our best right now. Being that the cow is 3 food for right now, which isn't bad on its own, but 3 plus 1 commerce is better than 3 plus nothing, in my humble opinion. But we're size 2, so I think that I want to put a worker in production first. 12 turns, and then we'll put a settler after the barracks. Oh no, I'm sorry, we'll need that and then a settler. It shouldn't queue up like this much, probably, but... And I can just say, like, automated citizen animation, right? So now it'll select what's best. I don't need to fidget with it too much. Just I'll be told on certain times I might want to squeeze out a little extra production to something. Either way, I think we're going to go down here. Oh dear, that was bad. That was bad. We could be saying, I mean, we don't really get a defense bonus at all. So these lions could very well kill us. You want to be in the jungles, on a hill, something for defensive bonus. We got lucky there. There shall be peace in our time. Farewell.
Hath not the potter power over the clay to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
These are very key buildings. Well, I mean a building and an improvement. They will help very much. Let's see the big picture. And at this point, I might want to grab mysticism. I'm not expanding just yet. So let's go. I really want this, honestly. And I want that. Don't really need to camp just yet. See, the monument, because we are not a creative civ or leader, our cities don't get a +2 all to culture already, which is, I love creative. Either way, I'm going to go mining. I think I'm going to go mining specifically to go right into bronze working, and this queuing up is not probably terribly the best idea, but then we want some monuments, right? And then probably it makes sense to go into animal husbandry to reveal horses. The horsies. We want to see where the horsies are. Exit. And again, I don't think that's very technically great play to, I'm going to get into, wait a second. Are there any, there's a hill, but I want a forested hill. Let's just go up here for right now. And then I'm going to heal. Yes. And he's in a safe place at least. Oh, the Greeks have come to meet us. Farewell. How's our worker coming along? Alright, are we working the best stuff? I think so. We can't grow while we're building a worker, but... So, let's see, 7 turns, 7 turns. It doesn't matter because it's 3 and 3. Might as well get the commerce as well, which will eventually help our research.
The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones.
Love Leonard Nimoy. And this is... Okay, so that's Rome. It's a bit crowded at the moment. I'd like to settle this way before I start settling back this way, you know? And this is a lot of desert, but I see a river, so that means, but that's probably just from here. Because floodplains are also very good for food. Especially with the slavery civic. Makes them good for production as well. Alright, so now you're healed. Let's stay in some sort of defensive cover. I guess I can use enter, right? Oops, I didn't really mean to do that. Ooh, I really didn't mean to do that. You need to go there. Okay, see, this gets a little crazy sometimes. If I go a little too fast for myself. Okay. We got pachyderms, which is ivory, I think is what they call it in the game. Yeah, ivory. And we need hunting for that, which is on the list. Let's go around the mountain, I think. The worker, you shall build a farm. Yes, 100%. Bronze working in 3 turns, so we can go to slavery at that point, which is awful and horrible, but it will help our civilization. There shall be peace in our time. Farewell. Right here is where we're going to plant a city somewhere. I think right here. Be pretty defensive. There's not one with a hill in this area to get all of these. All that sugar, though. Maybe I kind of like the defensiveness of the river. You can only attack from here without attacking across a river. And I could just, you know, put a stack of archers or something there to guard it. We're going to see. Either way, our barracks is coming along. What? Okay, so how long until we grow? 2 turns? Okay. Oh, yeah, just click right there will work. You have movement. Let's go back down this way. So there are some good floodplains here. Maybe I do want, like... So I want the bananas, too. Alright, let's start going this way to scope it out. I mean, that's a good amount of floodplains. It would work. You would get 2 floodplains if I was there. And you can work the nanners and the diamonds. Or the gems. This would get the nanners as well. It wouldn't be in this first ring, though. And we wouldn't have any floodplains in the first ring. And this would miss the nanners. This would miss both of those. So I think this is probably the spot unless we settle right on the ivory. But I think working the ivory is going to be a better idea. Although that grassland might be pretty good cottage territory. But we will decide that at a later point here.
Entirely seemly for a young man killed in battle to lie mangled by the bronze spear. In his death, all things were fair.
Little Leonard Nimoy. All right, so now we can chop down forests. It enables slavery, reveals copper. We'll see if that'll influence where we want to put our settler. Yes, let's start this revolution now. We're, don't say Now we're in anarchy. So we're just basically getting, like, nothing done. So it's going to take forever, it says, to do anything because we don't have any proper government. We're changing it and adopting slavery. And then we'll be able to hurry. Cost 1 population, which we can't do yet, I guess. Get out of here. And you need to probably go just straight down and just scope out what might be here. More pachyderms. Okay, we got that farm. That's great. So we're working what we should be, essentially. And we can whip out this barracks, but what if I were to get a settler whipped out first? Would that be the worst thing in the world? How long until I can whip that? Oh, and we want one of those. Either way. I think this is what I want working. Because I want the growth. Well, actually, we're building a settler. Growth doesn't matter. What gets it done quick is 13. It's still... These are going to be the best. Because there's still 3 tiles. 3 production tile. I wonder how many turns until I can whip it, because I could just whip that barracks. Let's wait and see if we can whip the settler and get him out somewhere where we like, so we can collect. See, like right here, I think is actually pretty good because it gets the sugar, the gems, all that, and then the banana is going to be in the first ring. What is that real quick? Is this yield display? I guess that's only 2 food to start, and it's jungle, and I can't do anything about that, so it's not that great. Maybe we have to just not worry about that bananas for right now. It's not like we can make plantations anyways, so that's a little ahead of ourselves. Can do the camp, we can do the mine. We got 3 food tile there. But not until the borders expand, and I need a monument for that. It's not the greatest spot. Where... Yes, warrior, you're out of moves, is that correct? Yes. Who needs moves? You, are you doing nothing? Yes. Okay. Don't really need the mines, I don't think, is priority. Did we get animal husbandry? Let's look. No, it's queued up after mysticism to build a pasture. So that's going to be 12 turns before we can do anything with that. Perhaps we just go ahead and build a road here to connect the rice to the city. I think we need to connect it either way. Roads have no maintenance in this, and we don't want to waste worker turns, so we might as well at least put 1 turn into putting a road down there and then decide where we're going after that. And I don't think we have much to decide then. Now you can start coming back this way so I can see what's going to be my city spot, because I need to settle towards people aggressively. Let's reveal some more. You've built a road. Why don't you go ahead and go in Route 2 mode to here. And then eventually we're going to hook up these cows in a few turns. You, sir, can just... This is a lot of desert. There's an oasis. It's not the friendliest place to settle. I mean, this place is probably the best, and just forget about the nanners. I feel like, because we could start on this 3 food tile here for growth. There's grassland. Grassland is not as good as floodplains for growth, I don't think. Plant right on this. We'll end up being able to work the gems. We get this right in the inner ring. Settler, can you be whipped yet? No, you cannot. I have 1 population available to whip. Which is not great. What are we working again? Just those 3. And growth is slowed because I'm building a settler. Maybe I should have waited till 4. Either way.
Nature herself has imprinted on the minds of all the idea of God.
So now we can build that. That's going to be key when we put down our next city, so it can actually expand culture in its borders. This looks like tundra. So, north is going to be more interesting. Desert into tundra. Interesting. So maybe we just go northly. This corn is already taken. What does this spot do? Not a whole lot to start. I think I want... See, this is just so much just nastiness of not being able to work to settle on top of that hill. I don't like it at all. Right next to here is probably going to be my bet, because I can start there. It'll expand to... I guess that's junk. I'm going to settle right on the... Don't we already have... No, we don't. thinking we already had ivory somewhere. There's more ivory down there. Maybe there's something interesting enough down here. Well, but again, I should settle this way first. I don't want to settle away from people. I want to grab land while I can. So this worker is actually going to go up here. Yes. And you have built a road. I guess we're going to build a road to there. These are somewhat wasted turns, but they're still somewhat productive. All right, next turn. No, that is not what I wanted. Darn it. I'm so good at this. You were supposed to go over there. And my warrior is going to plant. Let's see. Because that misses the gems. I think settling right on them makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to kind of keep this worker in the area. Oh yeah, you can make farms. What am I thinking? 3 turns until animal husbandry. So you can go here in 1 turn. And then we'll set up a farm. You... Again, I think I'm really thinking about just settling right on there. This might be a good spot. It doesn't end up... It might grab the sugar, but it couldn't work it. Once it expands its borders... but it has to expand its borders. Let's see. Our settler's coming out. We can't... We just built it. I mean, that was silly. I was supposed to whip it. That seems like a waste of 2 population. So... yeah, I guess we're just going to eat that one. I'm not playing terribly well. You can check this out. I'm going to check out just a little bit further up here. Excuse me.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Okay. Let's see the big picture. I think we want... I mean, it makes sense to get into writing, but we might need to backfill a little bit. Like, the camp is something we're probably going to want to be able to build. I think that's the route we're going first. Obviously, we're going to want to go here, because then we can remove that jungle, and it'll reveal iron, and everything will be much better then. Check out up here. This is Carthaginians. Hannibal. Okay, so the settler. It's saying there. It's not giving me like any circles this way. Aziz indeed. Let's see. All of this is 1 move. That's 2. So let's go here. Yeah, it's saying right there. There's copper up here and marble. This is a lot farther, which means the maintenance is going to cost quite a bit in this city. And there's all of this. I think we just go this way and we grab these gems. Yeah, I'd really like... That would grab all of that. I wouldn't get the copper. And the food to start is not the greatest. Well, I'm going to give myself the options. I'm going to move there next. Right? It's still saying there. Why does it like here? I think I'm going to go with what it likes. Because I can't work those nanners for ages. Just start heading towards the city. I think this is going to work out fine. At least we're moving in, encroaching in that way a little bit. Feels like, because it'll eventually get the gems, and that's it. Well, I mean, and it starts with a lot of floodplains for growth, honestly. I like it. It's going to be good enough. We can plant other cities within to fill up and work these other tiles if we need to. Enough babbling.
If you chase 2 rabbits, you will lose them both.
It's a very good quote. Let's see the big picture again. So we've got hunting. Masonry makes some sense because we've got stone and marble up there. Also would like writing and ironworking are very important to me. $17, 8 turns writing sounds good. And we'll decide what to do after that. But once we can start building libraries, that'll help our research a whole lot. Alright. And it doesn't give me any other advice for other places. I'm just going to go with what it says. This is a lot of food. A cod. And to start with that monument, you just go ahead and head there to go protect. We need to start getting this stuff done here. And you don't really need a monument because you've got the palace. I could always build one. We're not going to whip out 2 turns of the barracks, but we might whip out the warrior after that and then get to work on the settler, probably. We use our growth. Yep, that's about what I want you to do. So let's take a turn. You've built a farm there. Now I would like you to go to this cow. Actually, stop what you were doing. You are going to guard this city. You there are going to route 2 mode. You already did, right? Okay, so that's just making sure. Now build the... I just want to make sure there was a road built here. Otherwise, I was going to start with the road for some reason. Well, that way it'd just be hooked up once it gets built. This is... yeah. So let's see this again. That warrior... oh, because we're working that. What if we throw that down? Growing... and I can whip this warrior. I like that a lot better. Okay. Next turn. And you are going to just go ahead and defend for right now. The barbarian animals can't enter our borders, so they're not a threat to our workers as long as the workers within our borders. When actual human barbarian towns and cities or whatever start forming, then those people will indeed come and try to take your towns. And there's no natural city defense. You have to have army units in your city to protect it in Civ 4 and the ones before it, I believe. I think that was 5 that started with the city attack. All right, we've got that going on. Probably could just go ahead and connect our city. Is the next move. We're growing pretty well. I mean, putting down another farm isn't the worst idea. I do like the idea of getting the city connected. So let's go route 2 mode. Does it matter? It does not matter. Let's go there. All right. Let's see. Judaism has been founded. Cod's going to grow on the next turn. Can it grow like that? Yes, it can. We'll put that extra production into... well, this one, actually. 2 production, 1 food. It'll grow. I'm going to take the turn. I am the puny. Of course I am. All right. Let's see. Remember, they have minor boosts to their civics, and I have a minor debuff, I think, on my civic upkeep. But food makes sense. But let's just go, instead of there, to the food now, so we can grow. And your monument, after that, I want a granary. Your monument can be whipped. Whip the monument. Perfect. I love it, love it, love it. This granary. Can it be whipped? I can. What are we going into after that? Probably another worker? Or another warrior to defend? I think we're going to want to wait till we get... These we need copper or iron. So, probably want archery before we... I mean, we could build one more. We've got one in the city, right? Yeah, right here, defending. So, it makes sense to me to get another worker out. Oh, is it growing next turn? It is. So let's just go ahead and whip that. And then we'll go right into that. I think that sounds perfect. Yep, and it grew to size 3 after that. Back to size 3.
In writing what deserves to be read.
Sorry for talking over Leonard. Like I'm a first name basis with the guy. I've never met him. Sure love to. But let's see here. Let's see the big picture. This we have gotten that. It makes sense to go there. Maybe a stop at archery, ironworking, masonry. I think that makes some sense. So let's get that going. Next turn. Then we can start doing archers to defend our cities, which will help a lot. Because they'll probably attack us sometime decently soon. I think what makes the most sense is you to... I don't think that's a good farm. So we're going to... Or it was saying cottage. I think we're going to road here just because... Actually, no. Let's stop you what you're doing. Can I tell you now that you're building a farm? Well, we'll figure it out next turn. Okay, yeah. They did just go right into... Oh, barbarian. That's scary. I don't have many units. And I'm just popping out another worker instead of a unit. I might have to pull this worker back very soon. They've only got 1 unit of movement. They didn't come closer, so that's good. Open borders sounds like a deal. Farewell. So now we have open borders with the guy to the east of us. All right. We've completed that. I think I was going to make... Let's probably make that library. I think that makes the most sense. Another settler does make sense. What if we go in... Can we whip a settler? No. So let's... We could probably whip a settler like in a couple turns. But we might be able to do the same with the library. So let's just shift click and put them in queue. It's control click to put it at the top of the queue. I think alt click, you just start producing only that unit. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It was library. Yes. I was just demonstrating the alt click there. And now we'll shift click a warrior. No, a settler. The warrior, whipping out a warrior wouldn't be the worst idea on this turn, right? Let's just make a warrior, so we have an extra warrior to send over to the right to help defend our workers at least, right? I think that's going to make some sense. All right, now who has turns? This worker right here. Beautiful. Well, we can chop these. Well, let's chop that because we're going to want to make that a farm anyways with grassland. Either a farm or a cottage. So let's chop it for production right now. And next turn we'll have another warrior to move out.
Do not throw the arrow which will return against you.
Let's go there. You, sir, are chopping that forest. Yeah, it's recommending a cottage, which isn't a bad idea. All right, we're friends, so that's absolutely fine that you're here. You, sir, get to go here towards the worker. Why don't you... Yeah, I don't want to leave the city just yet, so you have to stay there. Got that library going. And this... Our unique unit, the bowman. Can we whip one? We can soon. I wants. This can't be... Oh, I'm only 1 population. There's no way I can whip. So you, sir... Well, just do that so you're not bothering me. And just, yeah, go over there. Protect this worker. because you keep popping up and back and forth. I'm assuming down here there's some barbarians or something. We can settle somewhere down here, maybe. We should start exploring. Which means we should probably pump out more units. You, warrior, are just going to wait a turn while that worker's working. I think I want to farm. But I do see the point in... We've got enough food here. I think that does make sense that we put a cottage there. So you're right. Let's go with the cottage. This bowman is definitely city defense. And we're going to get you on the front. I mean, I know the capital is important, but we'll get another bowman. So let's go into the city. The settler after that. And then maybe the bowman, then settler. I think that makes sense. Justinian would like open borders. That sounds fabulous. Trade proposal? Do we have anything to trade? No. Farewell. You are just supposed to be guarding. I don't know why. Oh yeah, you're wait one turn. How many turns do you have left on this? Did you finish? One turn left? Okay. So that just means the warrior can just wait one more turn. Just one more turn. You know, it's civilization, right? All right, well, we got that farm done. We could go and build another farm, but we can also hook up the ivory, which I think makes the most sense. You are coming here, which you will guard. Which means I think this warrior now... No, this warrior. It's going to start heading south to look for our next city spot. Because we could go up here and just grab that. Even there. I mean, that's really encroaching on Justinian's land. But we're going to be able to chop jungles soon. We're working on ironworking. Maybe we want to go north. Where we know there's valuables. He's going to get that copper, I think. But we could just sneaky peeky put it right here and go after that copper. Have quite a bit of overlap with this city. There is just... he's going to get that copper. Yeah, I think we find out what's south. We can always send it north if we feel like that's the move. But you need to set up a camp. And that's the turn. All right. The warrior, I think I'm just going to put you in defense until the worker is done. And then I'll remember to ideally move you. Let's go down south. I want to go more towards the coast, I think. Yeah, see, this is getting taken up. We want to get out another settler, maybe two, before we start thinking just warfare, I think. We can always fill in some of this area, right? Just put a city like up here or something to grab these. Over here on the coast to grab the stone and all that makes sense, but that goes what we can fill in later, right? I think this worker is fine then. They have built a cottage, which I will select them to work. Which one is it? Yeah, we want this tile. And I want to start working that. Mainly just because, let's grow in 2 turns and then I'll start working. That makes sense. So you can come up, like, you can build mines. I understand this. But I don't know if that's what I really need just yet. I don't know if I have the food. Well, we might soon have the food to work the mines. And that one is plains. It makes sense to put it into that, I think. Let's go ahead and build a mine. You, sir, we're going to try and get you into some cover, but there's not much around right yet. There you go. Ooh, what do we got down here? Oh, yeah, that's right. This is tundra. Tundra garbage. We do want to go north. We'll figure out the tundra garbage later. That'll be our, like, following settler. Like, this one might have to be able to pump out a settler after a little bit here. What if how much is a settler here? 15? And we have 1 cost 5 population. Let's get the granary first, I think, still. We'll figure it out. We'll probably be able to whip that granary in a little bit. Let's just make sure. Okay, so we can whip this library. And I think that makes sense. All right. And you've got to... Well, he'll probably attack, so just stand defensively. Worker is done with the camp. Let's build a road so it's connected. Open border sounds like a deal. Very well. I want to be friendly with you. He didn't attack. Maybe I should attack you. You're not at full health. So what is move? The move command is G, go to mode. So this will give me odds. My combat odds is 40. So I would probably actually lose because of his defensive. If he moves out here, I think the move is still to just stay 1 more turn here in case he decides to attack. And he does. And then we should easily win this. And we did. We'll heal on the forests. And bowman. And then that bowman will go with the settler. So then we'll probably need another bowman after that. Oh, and we could have rushed the bowman, but it's 2 turns. We can't rush this yet, so... Can we do anything? We're going to grow next turn. Okay, that's good. So this is the worker. He built the road there. I guess I didn't finish this road. So let's road to there and start building farms, I think. Makes sense. Oh, we have the gems in our territory. It's, no. I would like to cancel your last... We'll figure it out. I'll probably road up there. So we're going to route 2 mode that. Yes. Can hurry granary. Oh, can you? See, I love this. This tells me all of that. Babylon can hurry bowman, but I don't need to do that. But let's get this granary, and then you're going to go right into... You have a bowman. Let's get your library up. And you can also get another bowman out. Because you have this... I don't want to build bowman where I don't have that yet. But you could do the settler, maybe. What is the queue here? Maybe if I take the settler out of here. And we add it to this. Right? And we whip the granary. I think that's acceptable. And then you can go into... There would be barracks before library. To be safer with building units here. So I have 2 places I can build +1 units. 7 turns. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Actually. It's a lot less turns than the library, so... Alright, and you... have built a mine there, which is a good production spot if we'd want to use it. Like, instead of that one, right? Either way, we're growing. And yes, this looks beautiful. Why would I whip that? That doesn't make any sense. It would make no difference, except for I just lose a population. Speaking of which, the granary is going to be done next turn. That's correct. So who are we looking at that needs to do something? This worker. You finished your job there. Perhaps we just go ahead. I mean, I can go hook up that sugar, right? We won't be able to work it, but it'll add sugar to our empire, and that makes sense. You've got a stack there. Oh, it's just archers. They're protected. They're gonna... Okay, so they're planting a city down there. So I think it's definitely gonna be wise if we can grab this spot up here. We're gonna go for it. I think right in between the sugar, right? That one doesn't get the copper, but we're probably not going to get that copper. You good sir. Start moving this way. Move to that road, because we're going to have a... No, wait, actually, move to the city. Is it really? Just go this way. I have faith in you. another bowman. You can be city defense and defend here. With that extra warrior, I think can now be this person's guard, much like this warrior is supposed to be. You can wait a turn because they're building a road. You are following up there. I'm sorry. Sent you the wrong way. If I lose this warrior, this worker, I deserve it. I have entered the classical area, ladies and gentlemen. That actually sounds like a beautiful time.
You should hammer your iron when it is glowing hot.
Sounds like a beautiful time for us to put in a cut here. So, I'm going to save the game, and we'll get it next time. This is our strategy game for Tuesdays and Fridays. Tell me what you guys think. First episode, it always helps to get the likes, comments, all that such out there. Let me know how you feel about Civilization 4, and that'll let me know how much interest there is in Civilization games. Because I could play some more after this. I have the ability to play all of them, I do believe. So, except for, of course, 7. But we'll hype up for that. We'll play maybe all of them at some point after this. Start with 1 and go through all of them. I don't know. You guys let me know. But until next time, take care.